What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to grind Eusebio for practically nothing. So the SBC's got 18 parts to it. He's currently coming in at 3 million on the transfer market, or only 2.7 on here. So we've got bronze and silver as standard, 84 with 186, A6 with a team of the week, another 4, so 5 86s in total. We've then got 4 87s, 4 88s, and 2 89s. Very standard to Mbappe, but we have got something that potentially could pack Eusebio straight off the bat. And if this pulls off, then I'm just going to end the video straight away, because we have got 287 base Centurion or Icon packs. If we do manage to get him, that would be perfect. It'd be so much ideal, but it all depends on what you want from him. So let's have a look and see if we can get him before this video even starts. If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders. First one up. Come on. Spanish. So it isn't him. CDM. Oh, that's Xabi Alonso, isn't it? Or, no, yeah, because Pep's gone, so that's got to be Xabi Alonso. Ouch. Okay, so that's a really bad start. 87. I think I've had him before, to be honest. I want to say I've put him in an SBC before. Ouch. So let's hope this second one is even better, because this is the problem I have with the Eusebio. Oh my, even worse. I don't think they don't even have Centurions, do they? I mean, Hugo's slightly better. Is he slightly better than Luis Hernandez? 2 massive L's in terms of SBC. So let's go back to the normal grind then. So in terms of packs, what do we actually got? We got anything. We got 70k pack. Team of the group stays essential. It's pretty standard. So we've not got anything different as of yet. So in terms of this SBC then, the only thing I have wrong with this SBC is the fact you could pack him in an SBC like that. He isn't obviously on the promo team, so naturally you can't pack him whilst in this SBC, other than them 2 chances, and more likely they get refreshed, and more than likely refreshed again. So in terms of the SBC itself, it is cheaper than I thought. I did think that it was going to be at least over 3 mil, and more than likely when we do get Mbappe back in that 93 form, he more than likely will be more, just because of the transfer market. So that's something you always have to consider. Now, in terms of the squads, again, we have now got a considerable amount of promo cards that are above a decent rating. So if we have a look in the club, or in fact, if we look, we can't do specials include icons, don't they? Of course they do. So if we was to go past a lot of these, I know it's the most botched way of doing this, but if we was to look and kind of see, like, Little would be more than happy to put into an SBC, same as Pop. De Stegen could go in there, Hergerberg could go in there. It's players that are higher rated, so it's like Musiala, I probably wouldn't put in there. He is team in a group stage new today, whereas Dzeko, I probably would, because they're not going to be favourites in your team. So we do obviously have them players now of a rating that is higher than the 89, and I think that was the biggest problem with Mbappe, was there was only so many golds that you could actually put in, and then you're having to put some of your icons, your lower rateds, a Baresi for instance, who's 91, not really going to feature in too many teams, whereas now we are starting to get a considerable amount of players we might have built up in the club. Naturally, if you've done Mbappe, your club probably is more than empty, as well as doing the icon SBCs. So I would always try and suggest starting with these 2s if you are grinding it, because they're going to be the hardest you could do. If then, for instance, we have got a lot of 86s to do, you can do them at the same time, because realistically, the 89s are not going to go with an 86. Maybe an 87 or an 88 could be in there, and it's why I would choose doing them rather than doing the 88s and 87s first, because naturally, you're going to need your Courtois, you're going to need your Harry Kanes. If we went to gold, we have to go to gold rare, you'd be kind of looking at, I'd say, KDB, to be honest, as a mention now. Obviously, Courtois, Kane, Kerr, Lewandowski. Bonmati might be a bit expensive still. Even Messi is a potential to go in there. Benzema, Alisson could. Rodri definitely could. Ter Stegen. So there is, as you can see, a lot of golds now that are hitting that price that you could happily give them away. Same with a lot of here. Ruben Diaz, Casemiro, even a Morgan's dropped down in price now. So there is probably a full team of golds that you can get. Packing them is the hardest bit. So if we look at somebody, who do I think? Mappy Leon is probably a decent shout, to be honest. How much is she coming in at now? They naturally will float above a price at the moment and might go up. So we're looking at about 38, give or take, with no real need to snipe. So it's not terrible, but that does mean the whole team's value is worth quite a lot. in terms of footbin, that 89 rated squad is currently coming in at 330. So 330 for the 89, 220 for the 88, 87's 170, and then the 86 is 83. I would say, definitely, if you can, the 89, 88, and the 89, 88, I would happily spend a little bit of coins if I get a duplicate to then finish off that team if needed. The 87 and 86, I would try my hardest to not have to put any coins into that, as that will help just make the SBC so much easier to do for quicker, for less coins, because you don't want to be putting 2.7 million. It's a very expensive card, and yes, he is definitely still probably an endgame card. If you had Mbappe and him together, I don't think you'd need to change realistically until the end. The only time you change is if you pack an R9 or get somebody else in a pack that is better as such, and that really is going to be only a handful of a selection. It's going to be Cruyff, it's probably going to be R9, maybe Ham, and then potentially like a 95, 98 Haaland. I can't see many people going above him. Same with Zidane. I feel like even a 92, a 5-star is hard to come by. So we are getting very much endgame cards for right now. Whether EA are cooking something up, because there's a reason why we've got 2 Mbappes, we've got a Eusebio, we've got a Zidane, we've obviously had many other SBCs. I can imagine there's going to be quite a lot going into this game by the kind of mid to end, as well as I'd say we're barely in the middle of this game yet. But in terms of how would I grind him SBC wise, personally I would be utilising every upgrade, every pack I have possible. So with that, we start with the objectives, because naturally you've got like 60 days to get this card done. If you've finished all of these, I'd have took the 83 times 20. I'd definitely be doing all of these. So like the Champions Pro, if you can, no, in fact, that doesn't even give you, you can use your kits in it. That's going to be handy. Hopefully you could, but obviously you've got your Pro Season for some packs. Jota's still there for packs. We have a load of packs at the moment from obviously the Completionists, League SBCs, Alberto's got some, the Team Pursuits, Advent Calendar, Champs Bonus is one that you can get stuff from, as well as then the level 26 bonus and bonus 2. There's a lot of packs you can get just from playing the game. Then we also have the likes of promo packs if you want. I'm not a big fan of them. I think they are going far too heavy on them, and to be honest, today is pretty tame. Normally there's at least 3 or 4 packs out for, say, team at a group stage. Make sure you are doing your daily login as standard. That is just going to be one that's going to help you throughout the game entirely. We got Konate, I think that is, from this, which unfortunately is not going to be enough to buy the pack, but naturally in 60 days you get 60 packs. You might get something. Then if we carry on with the SBCs, because you've got your rivals, you've got your champs, that is a standard. I don't need to mention them too heavily. I've still personally got my radioactive cards to do. That again is another objective that I can get done nice and easy. We have challenges from marquee matchups, women's marquee matchups, and also all of the challenges for the objectives later on. And then we also have upgrades. So with the League SBC, that's going to be number 1 because we have an objective for it. That as well as another method to grind out. I'll leave it in the description down below if you want to check out a full guide to the Premium League SBC, as this way is going to be the best way possible. And then you'd go with your radioactive upgrades or our upgrade packs on Monday. I think that is all we've got at the moment. We've got the Dynasties 100 again, in fact. Daily Gold still there for another 35 days. Loads of gold cards you can get back. Obviously, Team of the Weeks are not really too much heavy on this one. Then we also have the 85 pick that was from yesterday, and also the Advent Calendar every day. It is a mixture of doing all of these, from if you've got no golds, to doing the daily golds, to doing obviously the premium silver and bronze upgrades, into the mixed league SBC, into the upgrade pack. You just have to keep flowing around that. That is going to be your number way of doing it. Once you've kind of done a good portion of him, because naturally you could get 189 done, 2 386s done. Anybody under then 85, 84 doesn't really need to go into the SBC. So you could then focus on potentially finishing off another player that comes in a value. You could finish off a Verts. I don't know what rated he is, but you've got 83 with 186. You get an 87 player back, meaning you can obviously go do him and put him into the SBC. It's all about just really grinding out what you can. I'd say foundations are probably not worth doing, but we have so many cards at the back here. It's unbelievable. Like literally, it is page after page after page at the moment. So there is a lot to grind out and there is a lot to do with the game, but it is naturally just keep on going. He's got 61 days to get him done. That is more than enough time to grind out him and really just put a dent in his SBC. It will be the 89s that do become the troublesome ones, maybe even kind of the final 288s. The rest should be relatively easy as we go through and also have a new season next week, which again is going to give us even more packs. They're going to be the best ways. Let me know down below if you are going to complete him, and if you do complete him, who does he go over? Let me know down below, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.